Alright, I'm going to show off something a little interesting. Here I got WoodDumper, and as obviously y'all know what this does. Let me stop saying This is a cart swapper I got off Amazon for like $6. It has a death grip on cartridges, so I cut some plastic away to make them easier to remove. But this allows dumping ROMs on a 3DS because normally it doesn't let you cart swap, so you have to eject the cart and put it back in before WoodDumper will initialize the cartridge properly. But there's an exception. This particular flash cart, and I'm not sure why this happens. I'm going to try and get it in with one hand. Did I just launch something? What did I just launch? Yeah, I launched it prematurely. Let me exit out of that. Cartridge wasn't inserted when it booted, so obviously it's not going to work. The thing about this is, if I try enough times by spamming the A button, eventually it will initialize this cartridge. It only happens with the DSTT so far. I don't have my R4 in yet, so I don't know if it's going to happen with that one, but I will show it happening with this. And as you can see, this is what normally happens. You have to eject the card, which you can't do on a 3DS. But if I hit A enough times, eventually it's going to succeed, and I don't really know how long this will take. I might have to. I'm not going to edit this video, so oh, there it goes. See, I don't know why this happens. If I hit X and see, the CRC is not changing, so if I dump the ROM now, it's valid. Every now and then the CRC won't be valid, and obviously anything up to the ARM7 section of the ROM is going to be invalid. But as you can see here, the CRC is consistent. That means that if I dump the ROM right now, it's going to be valid. I can even check it with no intro. Press start, connecting to Datamatic, dump status, DSTT world. So yeah, it's a valid dump because it matches the dump on their scene release group. The reason this is interesting is because there's a little carts launcher that's floating around on File Trip right now, and I'll show it to you. It normally doesn't work because I'll show you what happens when you boot it without doing the whole cart swap thing. It's supposed to launch slot 1, and as you can see, it hangs because it's not able to initialize the cartridge. But if I insert it into this little device I bought off Amazon, I'll try and show that here. See this switch? This, I don't even have to physically remove the cartridge. I can just toggle the switch, and is basically the same effect, and that's what I'm going to do in this instance. So what I'm going to try and do here is demonstrate how this works. I'm going to have to launch this, and right as TWO firm boots it, I fiddle the switch, and that reinitializes the cartridge. I have to do it quickly, otherwise it'll get to the part where it wants to launch the cart and it'll hang if I don't do it in time. So here, I'll try and get that in one take here. Oh, didn't do it in time. Okay, let's try again. And I'm going to look at the 3DS instead of the camera because I have to see when the black lights turn back on is when I should do it. Didn't do it again, okay. This flashlight, I'm going to have to turn it off. Alright, sure, that's very good. Boom. Boom, there you go. It just launched it. Now, if it succeeds at launching this, it'll launch anything. Anything that's a valid cartridge that worked on a DS Lite will launch through this launcher. The only issue is you have to use this really impractical device to do it. And you have to time it right. And of course, theoretically, if you have the soldering skills, there's a couple pins on the slot that the 3DS has that the DS Lite doesn't, that detects when a cartridge is inserted. If you bridge those, you can eject the cartridge without powering the slot down. But obviously, the majority of the public's not going to want to do that because they lack the means. They lack the means of doing it. And personally, I don't like the idea of modifying the slot like that. But as you can see, with proper card in it, this launcher will launch anything. We just have to get around the issue with card in it. And maybe that'll happen, I don't know. I'm not a programmer myself, so I can't really look into it, but I'll see if I can find someone who can look into it. And there you go. That's just something I wanted to show off.